What's good, YouTube?
This hood is really light.
Giddy up! Okay guys, welcome back to Lawson's Car Reviews. My name's Tristan, and today we're going to be doing a quick overview of my 2018 Chevy Camaro RS with the 3.5 litre V6, which I absolutely love. But we're just going to go over a quick update video because I've not really recorded it in a long time. And since I have had this car 7 years, I've had it since 2019. I bought it 1 year old, used. I've absolutely loved it. Maintenance has been a minimal. Things that's been wrong with it have been a minimal. But I'm going to explain to you some of the things that has held up well. And I'm going to explain some of the things that needs doing to it and some of the annoying bits about the car. Overall, I've been really happy. I can't really complain too much. This is just more of a weekend warrior car for me, since in the rest of the week I've got my kids and I'm working. I'm driving, almost an hour to work every day. So this just comes out to play at the weekends. And I'll be dead honest with you, I'm not planning on getting rid of it anytime soon. If I get rid of it, it's just going to be because I have to make room for another car. So this is a little off topic, but I'm going to tell you what I would upgrade it for. The only cars I would get instead of this is a C7 Grand Sport Corvette. I would do a C8 Corvette. I would do a Porsche Cayman and a Porsche 911. And other than that, I mean, there's a few others that I could throw in there, but I don't want to get too off track. But my point is, in order for me to get rid of this, it's got to be one of my special cars that's kind of like a dream car, a finale car. And the lowest of all of those that I would get would be the Grand Sport Corvette C7, because I love the look of those things. I would be happy if I did that. But to be honest, even if I could get one and I get a bigger house, I would still keep this car on the side. I love driving this thing. I love taking the top down. So let's talk about how has this car been and what's wrong with it. What are the things that needs doing, just in case any of you guys are in the market for one of these. So I have 70,000 miles on it now. Just crossed over 70,000 miles. The car is still driving good, but it does have a few little issues. One, I need tires, and tires are expensive, and we're getting ready to go into winter, so I will buy those next summer. That way I can save a little money, because I got other things to pay for right now. You know how it is in this economy. But still love the car. So lock it, press the start button. It will remote start. One of the things what I've always loved about these cars, especially the RSs, are these daytime running lights. This looks way more like a ZL1 Camaro with the vertical style lights versus the SS, which has the horizontal lights at the bottom. But I prefer these ones more than the SS, just in my personal opinion. And I've always loved the hood because it's got such aggressive lines. I just really like the style and the short hood on these Camaros. So one of the beauties about these Camaros, especially over the Mustang, is you can drive and put the roof up while still going 20 miles an hour. With the Mustang, you've got to pull over and stop. But you can also, this is one of the coolest features, you can put the top down just using the key fob. You got to unlock it, press and hold that button, and then it will drop the windows and start the function of it opening the hood. And it only takes about, 20 seconds for the hood to come all the way down. Sorry, I stopped pressing the button, so it slowed it down a little bit, but it's pretty smooth, pretty seamless. And on the 5th gen Camaros, one of the big differences is if you got a convertible on the 5th gen, this would not be covered up. The roof would still be visible, and you'd have to get one of those tonneau covers to cover it over. With this 6th gen, it actually does it. It has its own. So that is a really nice feature. I still love the way that these cars look with the roof down. Still looks good. But I'm going to tell you one of the issues that I had. Okay, so issue number 1. About 3 years ago, I noticed that the roof started acting weird when I was trying to take it down. And it's on this other side, so I'm going to show you. Anyway, so this little piece here is supposed to be closed like this, like it is on the other side. And on the other side, you'll notice when you press this, it's spring loaded. So it moves by itself. The roof pushes it back when it's up, and then when it goes down, it goes like this and closes. Well, the spring on this one broke, so it's just loose. So whenever the roof goes down, the spring doesn't push this back into place. Now I just manually lean over and put it back myself to fix it, but that is something that broke, and these feel very cheap, very plasticky. And the thing that broke off on the inside, which stopped the spring from working, it is just a very cheap system. So I do not like that about this vehicle. That actually drove me nuts. Another issue I had with it was I got the dreaded transmission shudder. What that is when you're going cruising speed, you start to feel a shudder in the gas pedal. Sometimes you even feel it in the gear shifter, and it starts to shudder. You start to feel it when you're at a cruising speed, 40, 50 miles an hour. Well, the reason why you get that shudder is because GM from the factory sometimes put the wrong transmission fluid in these Camaros, and sometimes them changing this was a recall for this particular car, by the way. It's the only recall that I've had for it so far, but because that transmission fluid was incorrect and it caused that shudder, some cars had to get a transmission flush, and then they put the correct transmission in it, the correct transmission fluid. But if that did not fix the shudder, guess what they had to do? Replace the torque converter. And if that didn't fix it, then guess what they had to do after that? Replace the whole dang transmission in the Camaro. Now, changing the transmission fluid did not fix my issue, but they did change the torque converter, and it did fix the issue. So I did have, quite a big repair there, which Chevy did pay for it. Like I said, it was probably 2 or 3 years ago when they did that. But just giving you a heads up, because if you look on different Camaro forums, they do talk about that transmission shudder, and that is the reason behind it. There's another few things that is a little bit weird with the car, which is sometimes the fan stays on, and I've been getting a engine code. I forgot what it is, like P0128. I may have got that wrong. I just pulled that out of my butt, but it's something like that. And it's basically telling you that the thermostat sensor is either going bad, or or it's not bringing the coolant to the right heat. It's something that I still actually have to get fixed. And I've heard that is kind of a common problem on these as well. But that aside, in the 7 years that I've had this, coming up to 8 years, those are the only issues that I've actually had with this Camaro. So think about that. That is pretty good. Now, I had my Mustang, S197 Mustang. I had that for 8 years. I had zero problem with it, other than I changed the battery right before I sold the car. And that car had about 70,000 miles on it before I sold that too. So I think that this car is doing pretty good, considering how long I've had it, and I've only had a few issues with it so far. So instead of me waffling on, let's go ahead and just take it for a spin and you know, give you a little overview of how it's still driving. Hopefully there's not too much wind noise, but car is driving excellent. It still handles like crazy. I told you back in the day, years back, I was driving one of those 4 Series BMWs, and the handling felt very similar. I would actually venture to say that this handled better, because it wasn't an M4, it was like a, maybe like a maybe like a 430 or 435i, something like that. I don't remember the model now, you'd have to watch one of my videos, but it handled very well. But one of the best things about this car is how it feels at the front. You've got so much feel. Here we go. Still sounds good when you get on it. The one thing I don't like about using the paddle shifters or using the floor mount shifter is there is a delay when you shift gears. Now I drove the Supra that has got the ZF 8-speed in it, and when you shift in the Supra it almost feels like a dual clutch transmission. It just shifts so fast. The Mustang GT with the new 10-speed, that shifts awesome. This is the 8-speed transmission, and it is slow shifting even when you're in sports mode. So that's one thing that you can probably fix with a transmission tune. The other thing about this car is, if you get the newer models, I think like the 2018, 2019, no, sorry, like the 2020, 2021, somewhere around there, you do get a 10-speed transmission in that, and I believe that that is much improved over this one. But it's still got power. The one part about the power band on this car is down low it lacks torque, but once you get to the higher speeds it feels plenty fast. We're chilling in 3rd gear right now on a corner. And the funny thing is, things look slower on video than what they feel like in real life. But this is definitely, the V6 version is a momentum car. Because it handles so well, you can carry speed into the corners quite well. The V8 one is where you're going to get the lovely torque with that 455 pound-feet of torque. I believe that's the number. And 455 horsepower, so it's a very linear power bend. It's torquier than the Mustang, that's for sure. However, comparing it to the Supra, I know I'm all over the place, but we're just talking. Comparing it to the Supra definitely, power to weight ratio feels like it's got the most torque. The numbers that they put on paper for its horsepower and torque, don't believe that for 1 second. It probably makes 400 horsepower to the wheels, but it actually says that it's 382 horsepower, but I don't believe that for 1 second. That car feels so fast. Woo, what's in the road? Woo! And from a performance standpoint, my car is completely stock. So I've not done an intake, I've not done headers, I've not tuned it, I've not got a different exhaust, which an exhaust with the roof off would sound excellent in this car, but I just haven't done it. Just haven't done it. I'm scared that something I change will mess up the integrity of the car. So I've just kept it stock from a performance standpoint. Even from a look standpoint, it's pretty much stock. I've only changed a few basic things, but it does drive excellent. I love the way this thing drives. I can't complain. If you're in the market for one, I would suggest that this is going to be more fun than the Mustang. I'm going to give you an example. If you get a Mustang EcoBoost, it doesn't rev all the way out, and it goes to about 5,000, and if you go anything past 5,000 in an EcoBoost, it feels like it loses steam. It might be just as fast as this, but this car feels more fun because you can rev it out all the way to 7,000, 7,200. So it feels more fun. It's more lively. Like I said, the EcoBoost doesn't feel like it's as much fun whatsoever. You guys better appreciate this because my earlobes are absolutely freezing right now. There we go. I tell you what, this car is made for country roads. If this regular one handles this well, even in a convertible, the hardtop probably handles even better. And then the hardtop 1LE with the manual is probably chef's kiss. I am going to turn around real quick. Woo. And it's far too cold for me to not have this hat on right now. So here we go. Let's let it go again. Oh, hear that exhaust. Woo! Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Is this car gonna pull out? No, no, no. He's fine. He's fine. Alright, back down to second. Second gear revs all the way out to 62 miles an hour before you gotta change. If you're in an EcoBoost, you'll probably be in fourth gear already by then. But this car is awesome. It's fun to drive. It looks good. I don't really care that it's not a V8, to be quite honest with you. When I get my V8, that's going to be the Grand Sport, like I said. But like the video, guys, if you got any questions, I'll be more than happy to answer them. I've driven so many Camaros, so many convertibles, that I've got a lot of knowledge on them, especially on their driving characteristics. Leave a comment down below, like the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.